Myself, I am M. Archana, Assistant Professor in the Department of Pharmaceutical Chemistry and Analysis, School of Pharmaceutical Sciences, Viscas. Today, I am going to talk about the cGMP guidelines for quality control purpose. So, my presentation explains about the critical cGMP guidelines as per the Schedule M and their role in high quality manufacturing standards. So let's explore the cGMP guidelines. So first I am going to talk about the introduction to cGMP, then importance, key principle, compliance requirements, real world applications, challenges in implementation, future of cGMP practices, and as well as the question and answers and conclusion. So first we are going to talk about what is meant by the cGMP. So current good manufacturing practices. So current good manufacturing practices are essential, very much essential for the quality assurance to maintain the quality as well as the standard for our pharmaceutical products. So these practices are first implemented by the FDA so that we can ensure the pharmaceutical product safety as well as the quality. So further, these regulations are became a crucial aspects for protecting our consumer safety and health. Further, to maintain the high standards, cGMP is always there to ensure the quality of our pharmaceutical products. And also, it helps us to reduce the errors which are produced as well as during the manufacturing process and minimize the product recalls from the market. So if we see the overview of the Schedule M regulatory framework, so first Schedule M is a key section of the Drugs and Cosmetics Act in India. So it is like focusing on drug and cosmetic manufacturing. Further, cGMP, if we see the guidelines help us to understand the current good manufacturing practices for product quality assurance. So it outlines a specific regulatory requirements for the manufacture of drugs and cosmetics to ensure the compliance. And these guidelines are regularly updated so that to incorporate the latest industry technological practices as well as any technology advancements that are happening in the industries. So if we see the principles of the cGMP, so first one is the quality management. So here we to establish a robust quality system, and also it helps us to ensure the product safety and efficacy. Until now we were talking about that. Further, it also concentrates on the personal training. That means employees are qualified and they are receiving the quality training to upgrade their knowledge as well as to maintain the standards of the pharmaceutical product development. Further, facility design, how to design a facility, how to maintain the cleanliness, safe environment, and also prevention of the contamination during the product development. Further, it also helps us to understand the process control, that is what are the manufacturing process to ensure the consistency and compliance with the regulatory authorities. At the end, it helps us to keep the documentation, what are the accurate and thorough records to maintain for the future support as well as to review back and also to enhance the accountability of the product development. We see the what are the crucial roles of cGMP is first one is safety and efficacy assurance. That means compliance ensures that the pharmaceutical products are safer to consume and also effective in treatment of different health conditions. Further, building the consumer trust. So these standards, why these standards are followed means that the consumer feel confident in the product quality and they can easily feel reliable to consume the pharmaceutical product. And also mitigating the regulatory risk, that means it helps reduces the any what to say costly product recalls as well as error product recalls, and also regulatory penalties it will reduce and bring up the company reputation. Streamlined audits and inspections. So CGMP also help us to make audits and inspections smoother, so that reducing any potential disruptions in the operations. After that, enhancing the operational efficiency. So it helps us overall operational efficiency and quality assurance, leading to better resource management. So what is the quality management system in cGMP? So this QMS encompasses the organizational structure, process, resources which are required for the effective quality management. Further, quality policy and objectives, it helps us to define the organizational commitment towards the quality, and it outlines specific goals which are measurable and can be attainable. Quality manual, it helps us to it's a document that describes the QMS and its components, so ensuring the consistency and compliance. So standard operating procedures SOPs, which are detailed written instructions to achieve the uniformity in performing the specific functions. Then training and competency assessment, so ensures all persons are adequately trained and assessed for their roles in quality management. What are the facility and equipment standards which to be followed? So first one is designed for contamination preventions. So as per the cGMP guidelines, we have to maintain the facilities to avoid the first thing is to avoid the contamination. So facilities must be designed with a proper adequate area as well as restrictions to avoid the contamination as well as the cross contamination. And equipment qualification and maintenance should be properly done. So each and every equipment, instrument as well as the glassware has to be calibrated, qualified and maintained properly. Further, adequate space for the operation. So there should be adequate space for the manufacturing unit, packing unit, storage unit, so that there won't be any discrepancies happen within the process or during the operations. Further, proper ventilation system should be there to maintain the proper ventilation and control of the environmental parameters. Apart from that, regular maintenance schedules, that means with checking of each and every unit to see whether it is within the compliance range, and also documenting each and every parameter enhances the implementation of the cGMP guidelines. So personal training in cGMP. So first, qualified employees are essential. Employees should have the necessary technical knowledge before entering into the premises, and also they should know their roles and rules adequate, so that they can go in compliance with the cGMP standards. And initial training for the new recruits, new employees should require robust initial training so that they can familiarize with these practices and company protocols. Apart from that, ongoing staff training has to be done, and that means it has to be regularly implemented so that they can get updated their knowledge on the every regulatory changes, and they can improve their skills also. Documentation of training, all the training activities must be properly documented, and they should have the track record of these employee progress. And also they should have a clearly defined responsibilities, and the authorities are crucial for maintaining this kind of accountability and efficiency from the personnel who are working in the premises. So further, if we see essential production and process controls, these are important. So importance of process controls, implementing controls throughout the manufacturing is crucial for the proper product quality and compliance. That is nothing but the quality control. And then maintaining the batch records, accurate batch records are essential for to track the production and ensure the traceability. Apart from that, establishing in-process controls must be set up to monitor continuously for the production and to maintain the consistency between the batches. And also change protocols, change procedure change control procedures has to be documented thoroughly, so which will help us to maintain the integrity. So the interplay of the quality control and assurance, these two are very important while maintaining the integrity as well as the efficacy as well as the safety. So role of quality assurance is focused on ensuring that the proper processes are implemented to maintain the consistent quality, and quality control is a process of testing samples to ensure they meet established specifications, and these should be collaborated effectively to maintain high product quality throughout the manufacturing cycle. So effective documentation practices should be there for enhancing the accountability and traceability. So accurate documentation is vital for ensuring traceability and accountability in all the process, and maintenance of SOPs with the proper guidelines to for the consistent operations and maintaining the standard quality. Whereas batch production records are critical for tracking production history and ensuring compliance. Quality control records help to monitor product quality and ensure adherence to specifications. Training records document employee training and skill development, ensuring workforce competency. Accessibility of these documentation is very much essential so that they can be maintained properly, and in future if any review work is required, we can go back and take the documents. So inspection and audit overview, if we see regular inspections and audit ensures compliance with the cGMP. Consistent checks helps us to understand the quality as well as the crucial what to say product quality in regulatory industries. So internal audits, these are like self assessments, so how we are doing exactly with our product and how we can improve within the organization. The external audits are also there by the regulatory bodies. Third party evaluators will come and thoroughly check all the industry regulations as well as what are the trust with the stakeholders, and apart from that any corrective actions are required in the maintenance of the documentation or anything will be through these inspections only we can know, and it is vital for accountability and future reference. So we can, although we are implementing the cGMP, we are facing a lot of challenges in implementing that. So first thing is resistance to change. So organizations are not ready to push back from the employees reluctant to adapt to new process. So organizations are facing certain problems with the employees, and then certain regulatory requirements can be sometimes overwhelming for the companies to implement and to get the approvals, as well as a lack of training and awareness. Lack of knowledge skills by the employees is also what to say hinders the effective implementation of the cGMP. And documentation difficulties, maintaining the correct documentation record is a common challenge in any area of the industries, not only pharmaceutical, any area. And what is the solution means continuous training and continuous implementing of these challenge, these cGMP will reduce the challenges and help us to work out. So some of the real world examples of the cGMP principles. So first one is a pharmaceutical company enhanced training programs to significantly reduce errors in compliance. Further, we can digitalize the documentation for compliance, like a cosmetic manufacturer adopted a digital system for effective record management and compliance. And case studies, how GMP principles are effectively applied across various industries. So here we have discussed what is the importance of the cGMP and what is Schedule M compliance. So cGMP is necessary to enhance the product quality and safety, and Schedule M compliance is necessary for operation success, and continuous training to the personnel implements both of these, improves both of these points, and also documentation help us for the effective quality management practices and proactive quality management. That means what to say implementing proactive quality management practices help us to get better compliance. Regulatory authorities compliance is also very important, and consumer trust, so that if we implement the cGMP and Schedule M compliance as well as the training documentation, we get the quality, safety and efficacy, which will help us to get the consumer trust as well as the regulatory compliance.